Hi guys, this is such an impromptu video. I never thought I'll be making a video today. I knew I always wanted to make this video, but I didn't know it was going to be today, and I haven't been on this platform for a while. I've been off and on, and I don't think I've been here for like 2 months or 3 months. I'm not sure, but I've not been here for a while, and that's because, as always, school has always been taking my time. But guess what? Guess who graduated? I graduated, and that's part of the reason why I am posting this video today. So when I posted my graduation pictures on Instagram and other platforms, and people realized that I did two masters. I'm sure a lot of you guys were not also aware that I was doing two masters at the same time. And people were kind of shocked that how were you able? They were asking me how I was able to finish two masters in 2.5 years. And I didn't even sugarcoat it. It was not easy. It wasn't easy. That's the truth. And it is part of the reason why I'm making this video. I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to tell you how I was able to do it. I'm going to tell you the strategies I used, the challenges I faced, and the life lessons I learned while doing all of these things. If this sounds like something you are interested in knowing, I mean, you can stick around and watch, but if you're not interested, I don't know. But if you're interested, I mean, just watch. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. So let's begin this gist, okay? I'm going to say it wasn't easy. There were a lot of sleepless nights, there were a lot of doubts, and a lot of coffee. But every challenge I faced gave me a lesson to learn. And every victory kind of kept me going. All the small wins kind of kept me going and reminded me why I started at first. Wait, I just realized I haven't even told you guys what I studied in school and what school I attended. Some of you guys already know, some of you guys don't know. So I studied a master's in economics and I also did a master's in business administration, that is an MBA. Both programs were at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Lovely school, by the way, good professors, very high standard, very practical. I learned a lot and I'm happy to have attended the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Now, let's talk about the strategy I used, how I made it work. Number one strategy for me was God. God, God, yeah. I'm a Christian, I believe in God, and I believe that I should commit everything I do to God because I believe that no matter what knowledge you have, no matter what strength you think you have, if God is not involved, you can't get to that height you really think you can get to. Second thing I did was to plan with my advisors. Now I'm taking 2 degrees, right? I have 2 different advisors. So I met with both of them to understand the courses I need to take for both of them. I understood what I needed to do for my economics and I understood what I needed to do for my MBA. Now, after meeting with both supervisors, I now understood what are my requirements to graduate from this program and when I could graduate. Each program will take about 2 years to graduate. That means if I want to do the normal thing, I'm going to take 4 years to graduate. I knew there's no way I'm going to spend 4 years doing a master's degree. That's not going to happen. It's not a PhD, okay? So I'm like, I'm not going to spend 4 years doing these courses. So like I mentioned already, I've met with these advisors. I know what courses I'm supposed to take. Now, because now I had to look deeply and to see courses that could overlap each other. And there were not a lot of courses, to be honest, that could overlap each other, but at least I saw that one could overlap, and that was a plus. That helped because I could take one whole course in a semester, but that was like out of the way, do you get? So that helped as well. And another thing I did, another strategy for me was utilizing my summer breaks. So instead of going on the vacation or spending all of the time enjoying myself, You guys, you all were enjoying yourself, but I was studying. I was still taking a lot of classes during my summer. I had 2 summers throughout my graduate school. I used both summers to take classes. My last summer, I took about 4 classes because I'm like, I'm going to graduate in 2024. I'm not going to let this go beyond 2024. So my strategies were good. Planning my courses with my advisors, and after with my advisors I planned on my own, and then I utilized my summer breaks. Now let's talk about the challenges I faced while on this program. One was time management. It was really difficult to balance all of these things when I started at first. That's because I've not done it before. No, I haven't. It's my first time, right? So it was a little bit difficult for me to be able to manage my time. But as time went by, I was able to understand my priorities and what to do, balance my lifestyle as well. Know when I need to hang out with friends, know when I need to study, know when I need to work, know when I need to do my assignment, all of those things. And I'm going to tell you this: if you have friends that do not understand you are in school and need time to study so that you can pass your exams and your assignments, is that person really your friend? So you need to surround yourself with people that push you to even be better. Thank God I had friends like that, and thank God I had families like that. Oops. Yeah, they really helped me, like push me forward. Anytime I'm giving up and I call my siblings or I call my parents, they always had encouraging words for me, and that really helped. It's just good to be surrounded by people who care about you genuinely and who wants to see you succeed academically and every other aspect. Generally, it's just good to surround yourself with positive people. Another challenge I had was burning out. Do you know when you have a 20-page project to submit, or paper, when you have a 20-page paper to submit, and then that same week you have a presentation you are preparing for? Oh God, it's crazy. You would be wondering what you would do. Over the time, I just realized that when you feel that way, when there's a lot for you to do, take a step back. You just need to take a step back and break those tasks into smaller tasks. Make a plan. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this at this time. I'm going to concentrate on doing this. Nothing's going to stop me from doing this at this time. Place the most important first. Do the important ones first. The ones with the earliest deadline. Know how long it's going to take you. And see. Do you now understand why I don't post on YouTube always? That is why. Just make sure that if you're faced with a lot of challenges, if you're faced with a lot of tasks, make sure you take a step back. Don't just start doing everything at once. You end up not doing anything. Take a step back. Look at these tasks very well and try to break them into smaller tasks. That's the only way it's going to work. If you say, I'm going to do this, you will just end up going round circles and not achieve anything at the end of the day. So you have to just break them down and follow them gradually. That's the only way you can achieve. That was like I said, that was one of the challenges I faced at the earlier year. I mean, it never ends. You just have to understand that it never ends and just try to follow through with it. Another thing is the imposter syndrome. Oh my God. You will feel like you don't know what you are doing. You'll be like, no be me way they hot for my undergraduate days. What's going on with me? Do you understand? But I realize this is something that happens to a lot of people. But one thing we need to understand is nobody knows it all. The way you're feeling like that's the same way everybody is feeling. If you are in class and you have answers to something, just say it. Just do. See, I struggled with that for the longest period before I understood that. See, Elizabeth, you actually know what you're doing. If you didn't know what you are doing, you're not gonna be here today. You're not gonna be doing what you're doing right now. You would have not graduated, but you know what you're doing. All these other people that you're saying they are so smart and all, they also have that fear with them in them, but they've learned to overcome that fear. They've learned to be able to speak up and do whatever they need to do, right? So imposter syndrome is killing it's killing a lot of people. I feel like I should talk about this separately in another video. That was another challenge I had when I started, especially with the fact that I was doing economics and I didn't have a background in economics. I was like, oh, all these people in my class, they have background in economics. They already know all of these things. Me, I have to go back to do extra study to be able to understand the principles and all of those things. Like, they kept playing in my head, right? So don't even assume for people. Don't pay attention to all those things. Do what you need to do. If a question is asked, you know it, just answer. I said there will be a point that they will ask a question. I feel like I know it's the right answer, but I'll still be doubting myself and won't want to say it because I'm feeling like maybe it won't be the right answer or something. So imposter, see, it reached to pray. It's something that really eats a lot of people deep. So I mean, those were part of the challenge. Now let's talk about the turning point. For me, I've spoken about the turning point in other things I've been saying, my challenges. I still spoke about how I turned around and all, but one of the things that I'll emphasize on is planning. I started using tools like Notion. I'm not big on Google Calendar, but Notion works for me fine. You should just get a tool that works for you fine and you understand. I love Notion so much because I can play around with it. I can do whatever I want to do with Notion. I'm not saying that doesn't happen on Google Calendar, but I feel Notion works for me better. And I color grade. Let's say color grade. I don't know. I make sure I highlight what I need to do with different colors just to understand like what I need to do, what is priority, where I need to be, who I see. Notion helped me planning, planning. You know what they say? If you don't plan, then you're already planning to fail. They are not even lying. That's they are not lying. So you need to plan to help you achieve your goals, to help you set your goals. Sometimes, I'm not trying to say sometimes when you make all this plan, you eventually follow everything the way it is. Sometimes you just have to compromise on some things, but this plan gives you a guide. It kind of gives you a focus on what to do. Even if you don't really follow it like vividly, it kind of give you a focus and a goal to achieve. So planning is really important and it shouldn't be taken for granted. That thing that kept my reading, that was a turning point for me, that kept me going, was my small wins. No matter how small it was, it motivated me. It kept me going. Is it getting an A or my codes running or learning a new programming language? It's kept me going. Those were the things that kept me going. I mean, aside encouragement from family, friends and all, but these little wins, they kept me going. It made me see that what I was doing was actually working, that what I was doing was actually making sense. It just kept pushing me. So now what have I learned on this journey? What have I learned from my economics? What have I learned from my MBA? What have I learned generally? So from my economics degree, I've been able to learn to see world through data, to see the world through data, through trends, giving me an understanding of why in every situation. And from my MBA, I've been able to learn confidence. I've been able to build on my communication skills as well, been able to relate with people, how to negotiate, and all of those good stuff. And the journey generally has taught me resilience. It has taught me no matter how impossible it looks, through hard work, through intentionality, you're certainly going to achieve. Block out the distractions, be focused, be hardworking, have the willingness to learn, and I tell you, you're certainly going to achieve. Yeah, I said that. Truly, I'm an evidence of that, and I'm saying that to you. If you're just going to lay back there and give up at every challenge or any roadblock you face, then you are not going to get to your destination. You need to move forward. So this journey wasn't just about getting a degree or getting the 2 degrees. It was about telling myself that if I put my mind towards something, if I dream big and I follow through, I would actually achieve. Now, if you are thinking of starting a degree or starting to do 2 degrees or 3, I don't know. I want to tell you that you can achieve it through intentionality, through hard work. Just follow through. There's always going to be one block or the other on the way. You always feel like giving up, but always follow through. Make sure you surround yourself with positive people who like to see success and who will push you to want to be successful. Those are the people you should have around you, okay? Because sometimes you're almost giving up, but if you don't have people like that around you, nobody is going to push you, except you have to always push yourself by yourself. Yeah, so just make sure you plan, you're strategic with your thinking. God, if you're Christian, God, always prayer, pray. Well, that's the end of my story. I hope you guys were able to learn from it, and I hope I didn't bore you guys, and I hope this video is not long. Plus, I think this video was all over the place. Pardon me, because I did not prepare to do this video today. I honestly had no intentions of making this video today, but it just came up and I did it. There was no plans. If it was all over the place, I'm so sorry that it was all over the place, but I hope you were able to learn from the video. If you're able to, let me know you were able to in the comment section, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. More videos will be coming up on the channel. Don't forget to like the videos. Don't forget to share them as well, okay? I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.